Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers alike. Is this lit? Wow, it really is. Still, this sage is burning like intensely. It's been well over an hour. It was tall. It seems like it's gonna burn all the way to the bottom. It doesn't usually do that unless there's something that really needs to be cleansed in the energy. I'm gonna let it do its thing, okay? If that happens to you, a little warning, put it somewhere where there's a lot of ventilation or an open space or somewhere where you can open a lot of windows, because sage, the smoke is so heavy, it's a thick smoke. It can trigger asthma, allergies, even if it has great properties, okay? And it also clings to fabric. It'll cling, that scent will cling to your bed sheets, your pillows, your rug, your carpet, your curtains, you name it, So keep that in mind. If you're somewhere that doesn't have good ventilation, use Palo Santo. It still works the same, right? It has the same properties for cleansing the energy, smudging, cleansing your aura, protecting your space, protecting you, okay? Repelling darkness or anything that's not wanted, same properties. But keep that in mind, because health is important. We don't want anyone having asthma attacks. Okay, wow. I feel like the energy is just changing so rapidly for everybody, for this entire collective. There's a lot of stuff manifesting. So much that I don't feel like I'm going to be able to touch on everything today. But there is so much going on with the collective that it's almost making me dizzy. The moment that I hit record, if you're new here, I want you to know I'm a medium above all. So I'm connecting with my spirit team. Who's a part of my spirit team? My ancestors, angels, my guides. God above all, okay? Ooh, just got the chills. It's a lot of energy changing right now for the entire collective. But they know that I can't possibly touch on all this today. I'm gonna have to make it a point. I do want you to know, if you ever see that I haven't recorded a reading for a while on this channel, like recently, you don't need to worry about me, but I take this very seriously. And if there's something, if the energy is not right, I can't record. It's that simple. It's a spiritual responsibility. And trust me when I say that, because it does not benefit me at all, okay, when I don't record. It's not like I'm relaxing or on vacation or anything like that, because this is what feeds my family. So if you see that I'm not recording, okay, that means it also affects me in a practical sense, But I care about you guys above all, and the energy has to be right. It just does, and it's part of this. It's part of working in this field, I guess you can say. It's one of those things. It's not something that you can just, if you do it from the heart, if you do it genuinely, you can't just push through as you would if you worked in Target or something like that. You can't, because working with energy is a very delicate thing. But they're sharing so much with me. Spirit, you need to help me out here, because I'm not going to give an intro, okay, for 3 years. I don't even have that much time right now. Give me what's most important right now. Okay? Oh, wow. The first thing that they're telling me, and again, if you're new here, I channel above all. It's a conversation I'm having with Spirit. I'll pull tarot later, whatever they tell me. That's an interesting message. I didn't expect to get that. The first thing that they're telling me, wow, okay. Ooh. They're saying that some of you need to be, they're saying that what I just said about my process is not an accident. And some of you need to be a little bit more spiritually mindful or careful, okay? Even if it's not your fault, maybe you're uninformed about certain things. But they just specifically told me to be careful when you're calling upon your ancestors. You might have never heard this before. They're saying a lot of you, maybe when you're meditating or trying to call upon your ancestors, you might even have an altar for your ancestors. You work with your ancestors to make them, to have them to be a part of your spirit team, to guide you, etc. throughout your journey. That's great. That's great. However, it may not be your fault. Maybe someone did not inform you, but what they're saying to me, and I'm hearing it clear as day, is that it doesn't really work like that, okay? There are particular ancestors that you may or may not have met while incarnated on this planet that decided before you were born that they were going to walk with you. Those untouchable. That's their job, okay? Like, they are there, they are part of your spirit team, they're not going anywhere. You may or may not know who they are, okay? But they, just like guardian angels, have decided, again, before you were born, they were going to walk with you, okay? You can also, once you start working with ancestors, call upon more ancestors to come be a part of your spirit team. Your spirit team can start growing larger and larger. Ask and it will be given. However, don't just call upon your ancestors. What you're supposed to do is say, I only call upon ancestors of good character. I feel like some of you, they're saying, and before I even get into the reading, they're having me talk about this for some reason, so I guess it's very important, are just calling upon your ancestors in general, not knowing that you're opening a portal for all your ancestors. And you don't want all your ancestors on your team, because not all of your ancestors have good character or had good character while they were on this planet. That's interesting, and I'm telling them, but because when you cross over, don't you learn your lessons, etc., get past it? And they're saying to me, yes. And they don't want me to go too into it right now. They're saying, like, the amount of information that they can give me about this topic could be a whole separate video. But the way that they're explaining it to me right now is that when you cross over, you still carry your personality with you. It doesn't go away. That's why when some people go to a mediumship reading and speak to those who have crossed over, they still have their sense of humor. They're still the same, okay? And some of your ancestors might have done some dark things or while on this planet, or not have been the greatest people, and therefore they still have to incarnate on earth many more times before their souls could even have the appropriate knowledge to walk beside you and guide you towards where you're trying to go. If anything, some of them can come through and reintroduce a generational curse into your life, okay? Something that they haven't even taken care of. And I don't think that, they're telling me, and I don't think that that's talked about enough. Because you might see videos about how to call, how to honor your ancestors, etc., and that's great, and that's true. But they don't talk about the dangers of it, and they don't talk about that. We all live they're saying to me, we're idealistic as humans, that we want to believe that everybody that was in our bloodline or all of our ancestors were these beautiful people. But that just cannot be the case. Okay? And some of them might have not even crossed over properly because of the things that they've done. So when you have that portal open, you might be calling some of these people to, come into your life, and you don't want them in your life, because they have a lot of lessons to learn still. They have a lot, they're not at an evolution. They have not ascended enough throughout their soul's evolution to walk with you. Yeah. Some of you have this portal for your ancestors way too open. Clear as day. Wow, I didn't expect that to come through before anything else comes out in this reading, but if that's what they wanted to say, it's definitely for a reason. Spirit, so what do you want them to do about that? They're saying that you don't have to be scared. This is not to instill fear. You can ask them kindly to leave. You have the power to do that. You have the power. You have the power of controlling what you allow into your space or not. The thing is that we just allow stuff into our space without knowing, okay? That's why it's in your space. Not because you don't have the power to have it leave your space. Usually things just come into your space because you don't know any better. So if you have an altar for your ancestors, they want you to meditate, okay? Do however you want to do this ritual. Close your eyes, go in front of it, get a candle, some sage, whatever, this could be unique to you. But make sure that you vocalize or imagine in your mind or visualize any ancestor that is not in my benefit, that is not of good character. I politely and kindly ask you to leave my space. Thank you for your help. I no longer want you here. Say it in a way that's not disrespectful. Thank you for their time, and then send them on their way. Okay? And then whenever you meditate again, or whenever you have any kind of ritual that you do for your ancestors, or again, make sure that you vocalize only ancestors of good character. But I want you to take it upon yourself, whether you've done rituals for your ancestors or not, to meditate and just do that. Say, if there's any ancestor here that is not of good character, or not in my highest, for my highest good, thank you so much for being in my bloodline. I respect you. I honor you, but I don't want you on my spirit team. Thank you. And I ask you to leave. You gotta do that. Okay, wow, I don't think that's ever come through, but that's being told to me clear as day. Guys, and it's true. It's true. How many of us have things in our history that are dark? Probably everybody. Whether you know it or not, everybody. I mean, we come from a history on the planet of darkness. There was the Holocaust, there was slavery, right? If you have things in your blood that go back to, African religions, etc., like I have that in my bloodline, right? For what I know, people that were close, my grandma, whatever they practiced, they were all of the light. But I can guarantee you, probably somewhere, they have the power to also work for the darkness if they want to. There has to be a bad egg somewhere. You're not trying to call upon those people. No, thank you. Because they made some dark choices while they were on this planet. Wow, I didn't expect that to come through. That took 13 minutes out of this reading. But listen, when spirit goes out of their way to say something, it's that important, especially if they have me say it for that long. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Thank you for that warning, Spirit. Yeah, no, they're saying, because some of you are getting guidance. Some of you are getting guidance thinking, look, it's crazy because we're talking about ancestors, and the Six of Cups could signify ancestors. It's people from the past and things from the past. And this particular deck, which I haven't used in forever, it's a literal tree with roots. Look at all the roots. Look at all the roots. And the roots are all colorful. Color signifying what? What does color signify? Energy. Okay? The tree could be your family tree, and the roots are how deep, right? It goes, all of your ancestors, and all those different colors, they all carry different energy. You don't need all of them. You don't want all of them. Spirit always confirms everything that they want to make sure that you know that it's coming from them. As I said, with the Nine of Swords here, what are these cards? Okay, no joke. Okay, I didn't anticipate this. But who am I? Sometimes, while I do readings, like I don't click record anticipating these kind of readings, but whatever comes out, man. I don't like these cards, but who am I? Who am I to judge? It's part of the human experience, though. There's nothing to be afraid of. I think this is what they wanted to talk about today. Wow, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is anxiety. Could be anxiety, overthinking, feeling stuck, stress. Whatever this anxiety, whatever this stress is, whatever's keeping you stuck, okay? And I say that because it's followed by the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is an energy of, again, feeling suspended in action, feeling stuck. The only reasons why you may feel stuck is because you feel lost somehow, or you're not getting the correct information that you need to move forward. And what I always notice about the Hanged Man in this deck in particular is that the eyes are red, and that's creepy as hell. Because red eyes are... It looks like dark energy. It reminds me of like devil energy, which doesn't have to be demonic. They're not saying that. They haven't said that to me at all. If it was, I would tell you. But devil energy could come through in any way. Anything that keeps you stuck, confused, not being able to discern what's right, what's wrong, what path to go down. And it's leading to some kind of sadness. I mean, this is a heavy combination of cards. I got to keep it real, but it's part of the human experience like we spoke about, okay? The Five of Cups is sadness, melancholy, regret, okay? Yeah, I got to keep it real, man. I feel like you open a portal for some ancestors. There's like some you open the portal way too wide, unknowingly, okay? They had me start this reading by talking about energetics in general. I started talking about why I wasn't recording, etc. Whenever they have me talk about myself, it's never a coincidence. Like the moment I hit record, I'm connecting, okay? And then they started talking to me about you, and it's like the moment I hit record, they started talking about energetics. So this entire reading is about energetics, especially with the Six of Cups there. It's like if you cover the bottom, it's just a tree. And then you see everything that's underneath it, meaning like you don't see it in the physical world because it's energetic, all those roots. And what are roots? Your ancestors. So I got to keep it real. You have opened unknowingly that portal is to open, and there are some ancestors that were not the happiest people on earth, did not learn their lesson, okay? Are suspended in action even in the spirit realm still because of things that they've done, okay? And it's a true thing. I don't want to go on and on about it. I can make a separate video about why that happens, okay? So though you have a lot of protection, because you are protected, this doesn't mean that you're not protected. It just means that it makes things harder for you. It brings more confusion. And then you put your other ancestors and everyone else in your spirit team has to engage in some kind of battle on a regular basis because of this. And this is definitely about ancestors, you know, because this sounds so gruesome. I'm sorry, but the way they're showing it to me, the Nine of Swords in this card, and it's literally something that's decaying, that has two human eyes. Okay, with maggots. Like, what happens? It's so disgusting. I can't believe they're having me even say it like that, but look at it. You know? It means that they're showing it to me as exactly that. Like, what happens to our body when we pass away, right? It's like people that have passed away, and then when they went to the other side, their souls are kind of stuck. They're still your ancestors, though. You're calling upon them. No. I want you to know that, like, again, even if you're protected, that is why you're not in a completely dark space, okay? But you may feel like every step you take is a little heavy. It's because your guardian angel and God and, you know, everyone that's on your team is fighting, you know, this energy. But there's a resistance, right? There's a difference. Things are not as easy because you're pushing against a weight. That's how they're showing it to me. That's how they're showing it to me. This could also talk about some kind of generational curse, some kind of generational trauma. The Six of Cups, remember also, it's your ancestors, things of the past, your childhood, things like that. But someone's feeling some kind of sadness, lack of motivation. That's what the Five of Cups is. That's keeping you stuck and unable to see your path forward very clearly, or, you know. And you might notice, I feel like you might just not be feeling like yourself because of this. Okay? I promise you, if you do what they guided me to tell you to do, your energy is going to change very quickly. That's what it is. It's not the same as like a dark entity attaching itself to you. It's not the same thing. It's the same as hanging around the wrong crowd. It's that kind of energy. It's the same as hanging around the wrong crowd. Because they may be giving you advice spiritually, okay? That might be confusing you or keeping you stuck. Or they're sharing whatever they went through, that energy. There's that lizard again. Whatever they went through while on this earth, they're projecting that energy onto you because they still carry that on the other side. That's crazy. And I gotta keep it real. Even if this is just for a very specific group of you, the reason that they're having me share this for the collective is because everybody will benefit from this knowledge at the end of the day. Okay? Don't just be calling all sorts of ancestors and spirits into your world like that. Okay. Dude, now we have conflict? Like, what is this about? This is terrible. I'm sorry. But I can't control the cards. We have a Nine of Swords, anxiety, feeling stuck, you know, sadness. Now we have conflict. All of this could be manifesting in your life right now, and it's making you feel just overwhelmed. This energy right here, just looking at these cards, overwhelms me looking at it. And I want to give you a hug. Okay? Things might be complicating itself. Things may be complicating themselves in your life. There's a lot going on. I'm telling you, most of it is energetic. Why? Spirit, like, why? What? Mother of Swords. Mother of Swords is the Queen of Swords. I mean, the tough cards keep coming, man. The Queen of Swords is, she's a single energy, number one. She uses her mind more than her heart. Not very open emotionally. And again, now we have an owl, and owls are symbolic of people that have crossed over. Like the omens are there, the confirmations are there. The Eight of Swords. This Eight of Swords in tarot is a self-imposed imprisonment of your mind. There's a cocoon here, though. So someone's definitely feeling stuck, feeling like there's some kind of conflict here, sadness, because you feel some kind of blockage. There's some kind of blockage that's stopping you from just opening and spreading your wings like a butterfly. A new life is manifesting for you. But there is an energy that's kind of keeping you in this cocoon stage, that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you sad. And again, it's not like it's a dark entity. It's the strangest thing, because again, I keep getting, it's like the energy of like somebody that didn't make the right choices while they were on this earth, and therefore almost making you feel just as stuck as they are. And it's not meant, they're not trying to harm you, but that is just how their spirit has manifested, and you have to close that portal. It's a lot of cards. The Hierophant. The Hierophant could be, it's higher learning. It's also a ritual. It's doing rituals. I just got the chills. The Hierophant's also a number 5 card. There's a lot of 5s here. 555. 5 signifies change in numerology. So this energy is going to change. Hierophant is higher knowledge. It's spiritual awakening. It's spiritual knowledge. It's rituals, anything like that. With a key here and a raven. And it with the lightning and darkness in the background. And number 5 being the element of change. I feel like just with you getting this information, okay, which is the Hierophant, which is the spiritual knowledge, this entire energy is going to change. It's kind of like making a silly mistake. But I'm telling you, it will make a big difference, just this knowledge. Like if you're here, it's for a reason. You needed to hear this. And I understand you, because I too have watched videos on YouTube about ancestors and stuff, because, you know, we live in a time, it's a gift and a curse, of just having so much information out there, right? The thing is, it's a gift and a curse. What do I mean by that? Meaning, it's a gift because you have access to any information at any given time. Like when I was young and I had to do a report on something, I had to look into my Encyclopedia Britannica, okay, in alphabetical order, and to read whatever little paragraph they had written about that subject, and that is all that I knew, right? Now you have access to information everywhere, right? It's so easy to find information, but in the same way, it's so easy for misinformation. It's so easy for people maliciously and also unintentionally and ignorantly sharing information without knowing, right? Anybody can come on YouTube and make a video about ancestors without telling you this side of it, or just forgetting to share this part, you know, and innocently you trusting this person and not having that protection, you know, because of that. Because it's so easy to get information, because anyone can get online and talk about things, right? Whereas if you wanted to get information about ancestors and stuff in the past, when there was no internet, you probably had to go to a spiritual shop and talk to somebody that has been practicing and working with these things for years. So, you know, so the chances of you getting misinformation were a lot lower because you're going to a professional for the most part. You know, that's usually the reason. What else do you want them to know? Oh, we have the Emperor. It's good. Now we have it's the same tree, but you don't see those roots. You see the difference? After this knowledge, this Hierophant card, I just got the chills. You're focused on the tree and not the roots of all those ancestors. Doesn't mean you won't have ancestors with you, okay? It just means that you have closed, the way that I'm seeing it, see? It's like that you have closed that portal that we were just talking about. You have closed that portal. And now your life begins to change. Everybody has the Emperor and the Empress within them, okay? This is masculine energy, so this signifies the energy to go forward, to change things, to get things done, which I feel is what has been lacking here, because when you're in a hanged man position, that means you are lacking this Emperor energy, this masculine energy to get things done, to move forward. You're stuck somehow. It's causing some kind of conflict. It's making you sad. You feel like you're in a cocoon, but you're not flying. You're not taking action. It's because it's all energetic. I mean, we have the owl here. I mean, everything here is just confirming that. And again, I don't feel like you have to make any significant changes. It's just this little bit of information. See how the Hierophant here has like a lightning bolt behind the crow, the raven? It's confirmation. That reminds me, lightning reminds me like a tower moment. A tower moment could simply also mean tower energy, like an epiphany, sudden information. So that's how I'm seeing it. Like you have just been given this sudden piece of information, which is all you needed to change this energy. You don't need to do this huge, crazy ritual or anything. It's not a demon. It's literally just somebody that walked around, upon this planet, someone that was connected to you. And you still have to respect them, because if they did not exist, you wouldn't exist. Remember, right? They still, whether they were male or female, either gave birth to someone or helped somebody give birth to somebody that eventually led to you, was related to you, okay? So you still have to have some respect for them. Show them respect. Like I said, I respect you. Thank you for being in my bloodline, etc. If you're not a good character, if you're not in the energy that's going to help me on my path right now, I ask you to leave, and I ask the ancestors and my guardian angels that have been assigned to me since birth to take charge of determining whether or not they are in my highest good, and help them leave my space. And from that moment on, whenever you make an altar or meditate for ancestors, make sure that you choose the right words and keep this in mind. That's the Fool card, which is, see, things changing. That's a new beginning, but I'm still going to shuffle. Yeah. Yep. Look at the difference. World's card, Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wow. Ace of Wands. Look what's at the bottom. Look what's at the top. And the Lovers. And the Sun. Whoa, I just got the chills. Because the Spirit knows I got to go right now. Like, I can't make this a long reading right now. I know I haven't been here for a while, but I can't. But I will. Now that we got this out of the way, look at the difference. Now look at the difference between this heaviness. And then look at what we have here. We are followed by the Ace of Wands, which is a brand new beginning. There's no darkness in this card. This is one, like, all these cards are dark, and now it's just brightness. Now it's just like the sun. It's passion. It's having the energy, the passion, the desire not to be stuck anymore, to take action in your life towards your abundance. I'm telling you, there was an energy that you didn't know that was stopping this. And it sounds crazy. It might sound crazy, but it's not. Because, number one, they're confirming it, and it's real. This is a real thing. And it's coming through for a reason. We have the Ace of Wands here. Look at all those colors. We have the World's card here. Look at all those colors. The World's card signifies closing out an old cycle. So what I'm getting here is closing out that portal that you opens for all of your ancestors. You see how it's like the same color? See, it's all colors here. What did I say? Colors are, it's energy, right? But in the World's card, instead of it just being all these roots that are all intertwined and messy, all of your ancestors, here it's a selected few. It's a close-knit circle, quite literally a close-knit circle, because you are now approaching these energies in a different way. There's that World's card to confirm that, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is good news. This is going to change everything rapidly. You're gonna notice that's honestly everything that you've been experiencing is energetic because of that way. Things are gonna change very quickly. Again, with all those colors, that energy intertwined, right? But in a very, it looks disorganized because it's a lot of ancestors, but it's organized and it's a close-knit circle. We then got the Sun card. Only people of your highest good. It's the best, it's that best card in the deck. It's happiness, it's purpose. Because you've been in melancholy, you've been unable to move forward. And this is going to lead, wow, it's gonna help your we have the 10 of, what? The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups? This is a freaking blessing. This is everything you've ever wanted in money, everything you've ever wanted in stability, everything that you've ever wanted in finances. That's with the 10 of Pentacles, and relationship, and Lover's card. And notice how we went from darkness to, as soon as we spoke about what we had to speak about, look at the change. Look at all those colors. But notice how all the colors that are shown in these cards are controlled, meaning confined, very intentional, not just some portal open for all of these energies to be all up in your space, guiding you. That's what's affecting you, honey. I gotta keep it real. I mean, this came out here clear as day. Clear as day. Once you close that portal, World's card, and be more responsible with your energy. Again, I'm not blaming you if you didn't know. Everything starts changing. Your life starts changing. Because it's been blocking you from love. It's been blocking you from your stability. It's been blocking you from being able to give and receive blood. Like, not blood, oh my God. Give and receive love. I'm thinking about ancestors, again, it's your bloodline. It's even affected your happiness, all of it. Again, look at these colors. See, it's all, because these ancestors that were not supposed to be there were energy vampires, quite literally. Don't you see how dark all these cards are? It's like you opened those roots and then they sucked out all of your energy. My God, like Hanged Man, like all of your energy was, they were literally, and they might have literally done that while they were on this planet. They could have been literal energy vampires while they were on this planet, honey. For some of you, they did dark magic, and you didn't know that. I'm very careful, me personally, about calling, and I gave you that example about calling on my ancestors, because I know I have a history of, that go back to, you know, African religions that are to be respected. That's a whole nother topic, okay? In the voodoo field, right? Which is very understood, very misunderstood, by the way, and it's an unfortunate. People don't understand it and judge it, and Hollywood has a lot to do with that, but it's not bad. But it could be used for bad if you have a bad person that wants to practice bad with it, because there's a lot of divination and things like that. And in the same way you could do good, which you're supposed to, you do bad. But in that religion, it also states that if you choose to do bad while you're on this planet, it doesn't go unpunished. The same spirits that help those people do bad, when you go to the other side, they take a lot from you on the other side as well. So I'm giving that example because, again, you could have had somebody like that in your bloodline. And I'm realistic enough to know that even though my grandmother and everybody on my, were good people, I just got the chills. You can't tell me that let's go back down 1,000 years. There wasn't one bad person. You know what I'm saying? There has to be. You can't be calling on, you can't. Because some of them, I'm getting some of them were not even allowed to fully cross over because of what they did. And therefore, if you call on them, they're like, oh, I'm your ancestor. And they've been sucking out your energy, man. They've been sucking out your energy to keep going. Like spiritual zombies, with all due respect, because it's ancestors. But again, we all know that not everybody is good, even in family that you know right now. If you have, I really hope that nobody went through anything like that, but let's say you were abused as a child. You went through some dark shit. And if you have, my heart is with you. I send you a lot of healing. And that person that did whatever they did to you passes away. Are you going to call on them to help you? Are you going to call them to be your guide? No. That's why you got to use the right words. Because if you just say, all my ancestors, they're your ancestors, honey. That's what happened here. Dude, that's crazy. Something has been blocking you from your fortune, happiness, stability, your money, love, everything. And it was because of that. And again, you don't have to do this is a simple, and they're making it very clear. These are ancestors we're talking about. You don't have to do cord cutting or anything crazy, no crazy ritual. If you want to do a cleansing ritual, you want to add to it, more power to you. But all you got to do is say with respect, I don't want you here. And look what happens. Wow. I'm telling you, sometimes I hit record and I know what's gonna, I can feel the energy that's about to transpire. Sometimes I hit record and I have there is no inkling of what's about to transpire. And this was one of them. I did not expect this. But you can't deny it. I mean, look at the contrast, that's one thing that I can tell you is that, honey, they confirm everything. They confirm it all, no matter what. No matter what. I'm going to leave it here. And with the power of God, pray that the energy is different from today on for everybody here, and that I can come back and continue to post a lot of readings, because I'm getting a lot of messages that need to be shared, that I just can't do all. I can't do all of it right now. But wow. All right, love and light. Again, nothing to fear. You saw the beautiful cards that came out. This is going to change for you. You just have to, it's just a little bit of spiritual responsibility that needed to take place. I don't think you did it on purpose. They're saying, don't worry, you're still protected, but you're making it, you unknowingly been making it hard for those ancestors and people in your spirit team that are on your side. Because they have been, they've been battling. It's they've been at war with these other ancestors, and when that happens, while they're still protecting you, you feel that in your energy and it's draining. That's what's been going on. That is what has been going on. You unknowingly allowed some kind of war to take place. Right? Love and light.